Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, so we just received latest update to the test server, and yes, there is a lot of changes. Good and bad. Buffs, debuffs, all. Like balancing is full steam ahead by the look of those patch notes, but let's dive in. So first, some missing text, less important, but as well, re-implemented melee weapon damage adjustment. So it's look like, I don't know how is it on live, but it looked like on public test server, auto-axe was accidentally doing more damage than intended. I'm not sure about the live, but this nerf did happen last year, so it looks like they re-implementing it because it was accidentally removed. So that's nothing new, it just not working. Now, the base damage for a lot of melee weapons is straight up increased by different amount, but significant. Like even like board damage is increased by over 30%, so that's quite significant. Those are not little increases. For some weapons are little, but for some other weapons are significant. Look, Grognak Axe getting over 100 base damage, which would be visible in-game for sure. My favorite, Plasma Cutter, quite noticeable increase. 68 to 86 on energy part, so that's quite significant increase. There is a lot of them. I will not stopping for a longer period of any because, yeah, that just straight up increase for classic melee weapon, almost all of them. Miscellaneous combat changes. Fix an issue where the automatic receivers for the assault rifle and ultrasight laser gun didn't include the fire rate decrease seen in their semi-automatic variant. So that was in last patch notes that they increased damage but reduced the fire rate. So now they are doing it again because fire rate didn't go down. Maximum cone of fire for the Gatling Plasma reduced, which is good. Reduce recoil for Gatling Plasma, which is good, but as usually, don't be happy about Gatling Plasma. They just give the good news first and bad news later. Weapon mode adjustment. Gatling Plasma beam splitter is getting a buff. Fire rate is reduced from 20% that was default to 35%, but damage bonus goes up from 20 to 35%. Cone of fire and recoil increase. Range reduced, so that's bad. Projectile count increased, so that's good. Ammo capacity reduced, AP cost increased. Like AP cost increased in this patch is double-edged sword. You may see it as a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing, as there is a perk that will boost damage based on AP cost. So for those purposes, it will go up. So this is like full rebalance of the beam splitter. Is it overall a nerf or a buff? Hard to tell without testing. We'll test it tomorrow on the live stream. Enclave, yes. Plasma and Enclave, Plasma Gun Splitter and more is being changed. So first for the splitter, fire rate is being reduced, range reduced, ammo capacity reduced, damage bonus up, cone of fire reduced, recoil reduced, AP cost reduced. So rebalance, I don't know if it's overall positive, negative, but there are definitely negative changes to the Plasma, Enclave Plasma, and Gatling Plasma. Plasma, Enclave Plasma, Gun, Flamer mod adjustment, so AP cost set to 30, so it's less than it was previously. Ammo capacity is being increased, they say. I don't know. It was already 300 ammo capacity before, so I don't know how it means increase. I do not understand explanation. It's basically what it is now. Removed 40% damage bonus that normally Flamer comes with. Huge nerf. Now has the same penalties to damage as automatic receivers. Huge nerf. And that's not the end of the changes. Gun Spinner automatic mod adjustment. Increase to cone of fire. Increase to AP cost. Remove 10% ammo capacity penalty. So that's negative, negative, positive. Now has the same penalties, so that's huge nerf as other automatics. Base damage adjustment for the following weapons, and that's the real big one. That's the biggest one. Plasma gun. Redoing the buff, basically. So that was after the buff, and we are going to about the same as it was on the live. Enclave Plasma Gun from 71-71 to 57-57. Huge nerf combined with all other. So they don't really want us to have huge power, but don't be too happy about Gatling Plasma. That's going down too. Not as significant, I mean not huge, but 4 points down. That's like 15% to the base being taken away, so you will notice that. It's not huge, but you will notice that. So Gatling Plasma gonna get weaker. Will Enclave Plasma Gun be stronger than Gatling Plasma? It's hard to tell at that point. The base damage is indeed higher, but penalties will be applied. 30% penalty and new flamer changes will be applied. Therefore, will it win with Gatling Plasma? I'm not sure now. That's another thing we would need to test. But yeah, they don't want us to have so much fun with Enclave Plasma Gun. I noticed recently Bethesda is not very subtle with those changes. They buff it like crazy and then follow up with nerf like crazy. Like, why not just move it a little bit to find the balance? Like up, down, up, down. Like I don't really understand. But yeah, it's a roller coaster for those weapons. Remove unintended additional damage bonus on the following mods for Western Revolver. The 4 mods that shouldn't have damage bonus from the last patch, but did accidentally get the damage bonus. So they removed it. Fishing. Fishing road modifications move to Tinker's Workbench, so that's not very important. Fish no longer spoils, that's good. The recipes that you craft from fish does spoil, but fish itself doesn't. Some changes, field display, team-related modifications. Added additional wording, creating replica fishing rods at the Tinker's Workbench to help clarify they are for display purposes only, which is good, as some people could think that they can have more than one fishing rod, and you cannot. Added additional junk items that can be cut. I don't know why that needed, but yeah, it is. More events will be dropping improved bait, so that's great. Reduce some challenge requirements. For PTS only, Super Bait is now available through PTS Loca for real this time. It's supposed to be in last update, but it wasn't. And lastly, when the fishing update goes live, you will be able to earn this bait through season rewards. It doesn't say anything about Atomic Shop, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna end up there. We'll see. Maybe I will be wrong. Let's wait. Legendary mods. The mod description now shown when in item transfer menu. Normal and legendary mods are no longer moved to the stash when using a scrap kit. And surprise, surprise, nocturnal. This time, a sensible bonus. +4 perception and agility while cloaked. So that's decent for a prefix for the full health builds that want to gain some extra special and cannot use unyielding. This is really good. And cloaked is not so hard to achieve. You can be using chameleon armor, you can be using stealth boy, and you are cloaked. So yeah, this bonus available. Even if you are detected, it just says cloaked, so you don't really need to be hidden. You just need to be cloaked. Enemies can be attacking you. It will work. Perks. Cool perks you can no longer pick up when leveling up as human, and other way around as well. When leveling up perk cards, now sort alphabetically in all languages, and Nedrage receive a rework, which I think is a buff. We'll test tomorrow. Single rank, but the same cost, so we just don't upgrade it. Remove the damage resist effect. That was not a very important part of it, so that doesn't harm it. But now grants damage and AP regen starting at 80% health, so you can use it with more than just typical blooded build, and scales up as your health becomes lower. They didn't list in the patch notes how far it will scale up, but we'll test it tomorrow, so don't worry about it. We'll see how much it will scale up. I do expect it is a buff. We'll test. They didn't specify, but it seems like a buff. So hopefully it will be. And this is everything about latest patch notes. As usually, what do you think? And as always, thank you a lot for watching, and see you in the next one.